What are you navigating, my dear?
Girl, I had such a good weekend.
Did you?
So I did. So I had a work event in Detroit. My organization is based in Detroit. So we had a little it was called Safe Girl Summer in my bag. So we had like a self-care type thing for the teens slash college students. And I took two of my nieces and a couple of my sisters. And my nieces actually
Nice.
came to the event. And what's so funny is as soon as we prayed, like black people so universally our culture. My niece is 17. Can you turn on some gospel music? Attitude, 5 a.m. in the morning, or 6 a.m. Can you turn on some gospel music? I'm like, and I'm so far removed when I'm traveling. I'm just like, whatever the mute is hitting, you know what I'm saying? I don't even listen to gospel for real. When I'm traveling no more. Like, maybe I need to get back to my roots. Like, so yeah, but I'm navigating that. I had a really good weekend. Went up to Detroit
Nice.
because I decided that I don't think I want to travel anymore without Nyla. Girl.
I was just
Okay,
gonna ask, did you
family.
bring her?
Family.
Yeah.
My daughter's name is Nyla. I'm trying.
I didn't
I'm
even
trying.
catch it. Wow.
I'm trying. Um, I don't know how I feel about her name being on. Okay, no, I can't do it. Because I still don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I
That's
don't know
fair.
how I feel about traveling by like without my little baby anymore. So I was like, I think I'm just gonna ask people if they want to travel with me. Like, can y'all come with me? So
Yeah.
that I don't have to go through the adjustment phase of like her being detached, or
Mhm.
reattaching every time I come home.
Mhm.
So that's how I started off, and then we just kind of made it a little trip, and got to show my family Detroit. I got to see Detroit, um, and it was cute. It was also the jazz festival happening that weekend. And then it was just really funny just seeing them like, "Oh, it's Canada." Like my niece is like, "Look, it's Canada." Like and
Yep.
then traveling with my sisters who I don't get to travel with. And then just getting up to observe like your sisters and be with your
Mhm.
sisters, like biological sisters who I don't like
Mhm.
spend a lot of
Mhm.
time with. And my nieces. Um and it was fun. So then we came back home. Came back to Cincinnati, and then some of them left and went back to Louisville, and then my mom and my sister stayed, and we cooked today. And then we
Aw.
had it was such a like family thing, like such a
Yeah,
family thing.
yeah, yeah.
We went to there's my city. I live in a city within a city, so I live in North College Hill in Cincinnati, a sub city or whatever. And technically, we live in downtown North College Hill. And they had a car show this weekend, or
Oh,
today.
that's fun.
So we cooked, we went up to look at the cars, and then came back, ate, and it was, like, such, like, middle class suburbia things. Like, I'm just like I was walking the dog, and I posted it on TikTok, walking the dog and my baby, and I was like, "This is giving suburban mom," and I'm like, "Nah, this was never the goal." Like, never. Like, I was just like, "Ugh, one of y'all gotta go, and it ain't finna be my baby." So I'm navigating a good weekend. We had a great weekend. It was wholesome. Soon as they left, I was like, Desmond, thank you so much for making my family feel comfortable. And he was like, did I? And I was like, yeah, like
He said, "Did I?"
I could tell they felt comfortable. Like I could tell they wasn't walking on like eggshells or nothing. Like, um, or not as much as they would. But like I was like, yeah, you made my family feel comfortable. And it just was like a wholesome little moment,
Yeah,
because my prayer is, like, that my family would get along with my new family, and his, aunt and little cousin came over, and it was just like, we family, like, it was
yeah,
so funny because he has, like, a moody, um, teenage cousin, and I think he's 16, he's a boy, like, he don't wanna be around, but he came and, Auntie Robin was like I was like, "We going to the car show." She's like, "Everybody?" I say, "Yeah, he's going to the car show too." Like, we all going to the car show. They getting off him and Desmond are getting off the game, and we're going to the car show. Like, if Desmond gotta go, he gotta go. So, and I'm almost like this my house. We doing what I want to do. So, but it was like it was good. I'm navigating that. I'm still navigating this dog. She is going. She is gonna be going, 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 going,
it's
going on
good.
to the
It's good.
Girl, that dog, bro. Like, she's stubborn. She poops and pees in the house on purpose when she's mad. Like, I don't got time for that. Like, mm-mm. Nope. Mm. And I actually really appreciate Desmond because he was like, the only thing I'm mad about is we spend money on the dog. But he was like, stop trying to please everybody. You don't want the dog. Say you don't want the dog. And that's it. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm just mad we out some money, but we can get rid of the dog. I would like to recoup the money so he ain't mad that we lost money. But I really appreciate him for that because I can be very much like, well, I want to make sure everybody's happy. I
Right.
want to make sure you're happy. And he's like, just say you don't want the dog and the dog will
You
be
don't
gone.
want it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, some
Chuck
lessons
said, I don't
happening.
know if
But
I
I
told
would,
Chuck said that he said, make sure you get rid of it before baby girl gets attached to it. I don't know why he said
listen,
that, but
she already
oh,
waking up talking about dog,
Nuggy, Nuggy. I don't even know.
dog, dog, dog. Somebody taught her how to say blue. I said, stop. Like, the dog is going away. Like, she's starting to learn how to play with and I'm like, and I'm starting to feel a little bad because I'm like, the dog is not about to be here. And I'm like, maybe we should keep the
Yeah,
no,
that's what it is. When he said, I was like, I mean, whatever. But like now that you say that, that dude, I was like, I guess, but that makes sense.
no. Yeah,
Paula
she's
baby gonna be like,
starting.
where's that? First words, blue, blue.
Right. What I was thinking about, literally what I was thinking about was like, because I don't remember, my first memories were like 4 or 5 years old. And I'm
Mm.
like, she's not going to have a traumatic childhood. So I feel like she's going to have a great memory. And she's going to get older and be like, whatever happened to that dog? Like, and I'm just going to be like,
I feel as though I had a connection with something that just was snatched away from me.
my first ever grieving. And that was when my whole life shattered. Like,
or,
we're going to
or
have a
or worse,
conversation.
because you know how it's toddlerhood is only like splotches of memory. So like it's gonna be even worse. I'm like, it just has always felt like this hole that I could never articulate. That I can't-
Then she going to find a podcast and we laughing at it. She was like, you knew this was going to happen.
no, no, you lied to me. You all lied to me.
And I'm gonna have to explain, baby girl. Listen,
Yeah,
as
explain.
as a black woman, I couldn't couldn't take care of another
It's
thing.
so hard.
Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh
No,
yeah.
but otherwise, though, your weekend does sound very wholesome. That's a perfect word. I use that word often with you middle class suburban moms because, yeah, I think it's cute. Your dog switching on a video. When I saw the video, I said, oh my. And also, really quick, I heard what you said a minute ago about like, oh, this wasn't supposed to be me or whatever essentially you said. And in my brain, I'm like, except for all of this was 100% going to point to you, right? Like, I
Mm-mm.
think your knowledge and your bandwidth and all of the things that make up who you've become may not necessarily align with it. But with regard to just who you are at the core and the essence of who you are, girl, this is textbook what was down the pike for Morgan Moore. Like, are you
Man,
kidding me? Like, suburban Ohioan mom with a dog and a man.
Midwest. What? Literally, I was driving. I was like, I live in the Midwest.
You
What?
with a Frenchie and a baby.
Happily live in the Midwest. Like, I don't plan on leaving for a while.
What? No, seriously, right? Because when I asked you, it was like you was like, no, we're here. I'm like, well, there it is. Then. There it
We're
is.
here.
I love it. No, that's perfect. And you know what? What a way to be revolutionary because you can be all of those things and still be that too. Like, what a way to carve out your own lane. The Midwest need yous, honestly, because they all flock to the coast and be in one another's space. No, stick to the
That's
Midwest
true.
and revolutionize them people and be a revolutionary voice for all the girls who are going to be there too. Period. And
That's
girls
so
means
funny.
everybody. Girls
For
is
real. That's so funny.
GWORLS.
The girls, the girls, the
The
girls.
girls. The girls.
That's so funny because, like, when I be reading people's bio, sometimes I'm like, "They live where?" Like, that's hilarious.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Fredericksville, Virginia. You be like, "What? What?
Podunk town, like, are you
Okay,
alive?
girl."
They like you out there? You like it? Like,
Mhm, mhm,
yeah.
mhm. All you Ohioans, if we have any in the audience, Tap in, tap in. Meet her at at your at a local coffee shop near you. She'll be around. She'll be
Child, and man, I be around all the local.
I know you do. That's what I'm telling her. You might snap in and find her one day, guys.
Listen, I'm just typing away. Like
Listen.
also, too
Also, side note too on your trip thing. If you ever need somebody to listen, because you know I was out of town this weekend too. I didn't know you was out of town. Go be status, and it's crazy because I was with all my siblings too. Like, well, I was with my
oh,
sister,
that's so
all my
sweet.
siblings, but my sisters. So that's part of it. And I had
Yeah.
some of the same revelations this week of like, wow, it's so nice because we don't often like we'll do things together here and now and then, but like just concentrated time for 3 days
Mm,
straight.
yeah,
Woo! It's been a while.
yeah,
And it was cute though. It was really nice. It was nice. I had a great time actually. So
yeah.
same. But yeah, if you ever need somebody that's what I was saying. If you ever need somebody to, girl, I'll sneak up. I'll sneak up somewhere.
Okay, girl. Travel
Mhm.
ain't stopping.
Listen, cause that's what, and it won't ever. Especially as long as I'm unmarried and unbabied.
Rolls
Girl,
eyes.
I
Strong
know.
eye roll.
I love the audience really getting to know like the intricate parts of our heartbreak. Okay, you going through. They know I want a baby. I said it every week. I want a baby.
Don't
But
get
yeah,
a
no.
dog.
Right. Yeah, and that won't happen though. I'd be in this quiet house before I do that. Yeah.
Two
Yeah. I
so
know you're
with
fine.
you going being so one thing that I like this weekend when I was with my sisters, I was only with 3 of them, not all 6, not all 5 of them. Um, but like seeing them uh like in their intimate times, you know, at night, like
Mhm.
seeing
Mhm.
your sisters like
Yep.
or your
Yep.
family members like
Yep.
how do they tick? You know what I'm saying? Like how do they
Yep.
like move through the day? Like and I'm like, hmm, no wonder y'all stressed. Everybody up at the crack of dawn and everybody went to sleep at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Girl.
Like,
Girl.
why you up this early?
Girl. Girl,
I
girl,
always
girl.
get up before the sun. I'm just like, okay. But,
Yes.
like, that type of
Yes.
stuff, I'm like,
Yep.
I get yeah.
Yep.
Or it's just, like, nice watching them.
Yeah. No, that's so beautiful that you said it because I think the same thing. Like it was that, but a little bit of it for me was like, oh, we live different lives
Yeah.
because so many times when I'm with them, it's just in like few hour increments, and so
Mhm.
then what happens is I'm like, it just feels like old times. It feels like old times, like my siblings, my family. These is my best friends or whatever. And so when you're with them for extended amounts of times, this happens every now and then when we're in those incremental moments, but it really can't feel the weight of it until you're with them for extended amounts of time. And what I mean is I'm reminded of like, oh, you're a mom. Let's just talk about my sister for a sec. Like, so she thinks in context of mom. And so she gives
Right.
directives and she gives instruction. And she's like, even it was something super small, but it was such a beautiful moment. Beautiful in that it was revealing. We were about to order food because we had been out the night before. It was super late and we got in at like 3. Baby, we're in bed. We're just chilling. And so she's up, picking up, doing the she's doing all the things. And then by like 9, she's like, I'm hungry, 9 or 10ish. And as a person who don't got like I don't be eating every day till about 2. Like, and not like, oh, I don't, it's just whatever. But anyway, it's time to eat. And so me and my cousin, because my cousin came too. No kids, no nothing. We just be existing in the world. And we were like
Off
we were like, you want to
microbes.
order da da da? And so we were just gonna order for once they said pickup, we was like, okay, cool. So I put my order in, she put her order in, and like we don't need to order it together. We just
Right.
ordering her food. She was
Yeah.
like, she was okay. Everybody, what you getting? What you getting? And I was like, oh, mine's already done. And she got like not real offended, but she was like, wait, no, I thought we were ordering. I was like, we are ordering.
I already ordered mine.
Yes, because you so used to having an order for Timmy, Gimme, Lemmy, and for I was like, that's not how this works. That's not how
Mm-mm,
this
mm-mm.
works.
Focus on
You
you
get
today.
yours, I get mine, and
Right.
we'll see you when I see you. And like that's super small, but so in them I was like, right, and everything she does is through the lens of a mom, and then contrarily, like just the rest of them, like watching what they do all day and how they move, and I was just like, "Wow, we live different lives," like, but in the best way.
Yeah.
And it was cool to be able to give insight and vice versa for them to give insight. But anyway, like, and then from that, then they got to know like who I talk to and what I do and like all this stuff. And it
Yeah.
was just, I don't know how to explain it, but it was really cool to get to
Yeah.
have intimate time with people that like, even though you grew up with them intimately,
Mhm.
we all are grown people with
Yeah.
partners
Different
and
life.
kids and whole different lives. And so it's cool to be able to see, like you said, the insides of their lives.
Yeah. And I realize I can travel with them, and if I can't travel with you, I'm like, eh. I ain't got time for the drama. We gonna have fun. We gonna go with the flow. Like that's my style. Um,
Oh, that's true.
you
Yeah,
know.
cause I ain't gonna hold you. I kinda found out like, but me and my sister do this a lot. Like, I can't we can because we will, but, like,
Mhm.
yeah, my sis it'd be a few times I'd be like, "Babe, babe, babe, babe," cause she just such a, like, a pop, pop off kinda girl, like, what the like, road rage, them kind of people, and I'd be like, "Sister, I love you so much, but
We
I'm a
gotta make
chill kind of a girl.
right.
I'm a chill I'm a if you want my kind of a vibe, think wine cooler. However, a wine cooler, it don't make you drunk, but it also don't make you I'm a wine cooler girl. I need wine cooler energy, especially when I'm on vacay. So
Right.
all of this my sister's good for a little I don't live like that. I don't live stressed. My cortisol levels be low. And when they not, I go for a run or I go lift some weights. I stay chill. My sister is not like that. So that was a doozy daisy clazy, but we got through it. I love my girl. She watches sometimes too. I love you, girl. You know I love you. But we did. We had to have some come to Jesus moments. Calm down. Calm down. Anyway, that's fun.
Oh,
It was fun.
well, what else
It
are you
was fun.
navigating? Where did y'all go?
We went to Memphis. It was my granny's yeah, it
Oh,
was my granny's. So we went back to her family, the whole thing. Um, um, she grew up in the country. For the
yeah.
listeners who don't know, I know you know, but she grew up in the country and it's really not technically Memphis, like right outside of Memphis.
What
So
is
we
it?
went out to like Rossville.
I ain't never
Like,
heard of
so they
that.
got a family farm and the whole
Mhm.
thing. So her brother does. He's like one of the last ones living actually. So
Mhm.
yeah, we went to Memphis to commemorate her. It was her birthday.
Aw.
And her sister's birthday literally the day. So hers is August 28th, her sister's was August 29th. And so we just kind of went just in celebration. It kind of sucks because we wanted it to be like a whole family thing,
Mhm.
cousins and our parents and stuff. But people drop the ball. Okay, what? Actually, I don't care. Yeah. So anyway, but and you know what? That is what I'm navigating. I'm navigating, um, you can't make people the way that you want them to be,
Yeah.
but you just make do with what you have now. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Mhm.
And my family, my siblings and I more specifically, we've made lemonade.
Mhm.
And in all the ways that my granny's children have dropped the ball, and I don't care about saying that publicly because they've dropped the ball. They have gone through their own respective traumas, and so I'm not judging them. It is
Yeah.
harmful and it is very hurtful to all of us, um, my siblings and my cousins included or whatever. But so we just are picking it up and doing the best that we can to keep it rolling, and keep her memory alive and all of the things. Although I will say I learned a lot about her this weekend that does give a little bit of context to how the ball has been dropped. So even that, I
Yeah.
think I'm just navigating like stuff be complicated, bruh. Stuff be
Yeah.
complicated. And you just gotta love in spite of and move in spite of. And yeah, nothing too long or drawn out. That's what I'm navigating. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And oh, yeah. You gotta love in spite of and let the ball just roll in spite of. And my sister and I even had a conversation in the car. This is a good example of that. And I'm done here. We were talking about college, and I was like, my politics, college is for every black person. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, the whole, and we know the nuances, but that's always my politic considering our history, and the route to success in this country. But anyway, 'cause rich people don't tell their kids not to go to school. College ain't for everybody. Rich people don't tell their kids that. Anyway,
Right.
um, so that my politic is always that. Nevertheless, but my sister kinda checked me because I get so passionate about that, but my sister kinda checked me. I still am standing firm on my position, but
Mhm.
she was like, "Rich," I literally said that line. I said, "Rich people don't tell their kids that," and I was like, I just when I see successful people, I said, "Why not me?" And why la da da. Like I just get into all of this, and my sister was just like, And if people just that's if you want that. What if I just don't want that? What if I don't want
Yeah.
success to that extent?
Mhm.
And as simple as that is, child, I was like, "Ah." I was like, "Yeah," and she convicted me so much because I was like, it's okay. Some people just want quiet, humble life.
Mhm.
And that sounds even pejorative, but it's not pejorative. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's whatever
Mhm.
life you so choose. And then my other little sister, she pointed out, she was like, because we had a great waiter at the restaurant we went to. And she was like the lady, her name Brenda, shout out Brenda at Corky's Barbecue. She was the best waiter ever, waitress. She was like, Miss Brenda, who gonna do those jobs if you say, I'm gonna probably cut this out because I don't want this to sound worse than what I'm meaning for it to. But she was just like, she didn't go to like, whatever, like, who cares? Like, and life is beautiful, and who's gonna do that if everybody's just trying to be whatever? And, yeah, it was a very humbling experience, but beautiful, so I just be wanting super, super uber success for everybody else, and
Mhm.
if people don't want that, that's their prerogative, and that's
Yeah.
beautiful, so okay, sorry, that was way too long.
I mean, I literally talked for like 20 minutes about my weekend, so that's
Okay.
No, I think that's us defining what rich looks like to you. So, which goes back
Yes.
to our episode a little while ago about success and the chosen one and all that type of stuff.
Yep,
So,
yep, yeah. So it was
yeah.
good to see it enacted like that.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what are we talking about today?
It's episode 20. So we did our what are we navigating? And on what's on the agenda today, since we're navigating all the things in this podcast, we navigate all the things that have to do with Black women socially, politically, physically, emotionally, and all the other illies. We were gonna do like a little, I don't know, wrapped slash check in slash how was your summer? Like what have you learned since the pod started? Who are you today versus who you was in March? Because we started in March, I think.
Okay.
Um, this is episode 21, so this is, like, really
Like
last week
our
we
adult
was gonna do
coming
it on
episode.
say it again.
Like a becoming an adult episode, 20. We're legal.
Oh my
I like that
gosh,
better.
that is
Mhm.
so cute.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, okay, we got
Mhm.
we can buy some liquor and some, tobacco.
Hence why you have your Merlot on this
Uh
episode.
I'm so old, I didn't even know you had to be 21 to buy tobacco. I was like, "When that
Oh,
happened?"
really? I thought it
Yeah.
was 18.
I think it's 21 now. It's
What?
been like that for a little minute too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Girl, I
girl.
go, okay.
It's like 21, that's insane. That's
That is
sorry for
that
your
is
luck.
that is a little far, but whatever. To each his own. Tomato,
But
tomato.
also but also, your brain is not developed until 25, so I get it.
I get
Um,
it. No, I totally
yeah,
get it. Good
yeah.
save.
Yeah.
I just no, honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
um,
Yeah, we're 21 now. That's awesome. Congratulations
21.
to us. Can we get a can we try a hand
Ah!
clap?
Wrong one. Hold on.
We're
Look at
21.
us.
We're grown-ups. We're grown-ups now. Okay, so then so I'll get us doing what?
Okay.
I'll get us going. What's been your most favorite part about doing this podcast thus far?
Um, I think I really do like talking. Let me see it. I will say that my favorite part of the podcast thus far has been me sharpening my ability to communicate a little bit.
Ooh, I
Like,
like that.
so being able to sharpen my politic, because I think that was why I was so, like, scared to be public about stuff because, and, like, do stuff like podcasting or, like, talk
Yeah,
about stuff on
yeah, that.
TikTok and stuff because I didn't wanna
Mhm.
be so outward about what I believed or what I thought about things, but it's actually, like, not that bad, and you'll see, like, and I've met the community on the other side of that. So I
Yeah.
really like that my politic has been sharpened. That also has to do with the job I'm in and my work environment and stuff.
Mhm.
But talking, um, sharpening my politic, and also communicating with people online and being able to do that with grace
Yep.
because
Yep.
you know the comments. So, yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's been
No,
my
I know,
favorite.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I love that though because I think you're right. I remember you saying I remember us talking about that extensively actually, like your nerves about that and like just going back and forth about that. So that is a good point, and so anyway, saying that to say I remember our initial conversations there. So I love to hear you saying almost basically the opposite now of like it
Oh,
wasn't that bad, and here
it
we are,
wasn't.
and it's fire. And honestly, you can't lead from behind, and like when
Yeah.
you know that you're a leader, that's what I've been learning. That's not my most favorite thing, but just as commenting on that you can't leave from behind.
Mhm.
And that means coming up to the front. Yep, it does mean daggers and potential dangers and harms and all
Mhm.
that, but it also means those skills get to be honed in on, and those contributions that you were called to contribute get to
Yeah.
be released. And what I've learned is that even amidst all the harms and dangers that potentially come with it, I feel dead inside when I'm not doing this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like existing in the space that I know that we've been
Mhm.
called to,
Yeah.
public leading, right? And public, I used to think, oh, well, it's not about fame. It's not about fame. It's about releasing a gifting, a
Yeah.
purpose, a calling, if you will. I really be feeling dead inside when I'm not
Yeah.
doing this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So it's just worth it. As
Yeah.
crazy as it is, and like it's worth it even in the midst of the fears, and that's what I've been learning from kind of what you were saying. So I love that though. That's fire.
Yeah. That dead inside is like a good, analogy to when you know you're
Mhm.
supposed to be doing something and
Woof.
or like the
Yep.
Lord that anxiety of like, "The Lord told me to do this, and I just don't wanna do
Yep.
it," and then oh, the analogy I got when I was in the ocean, like, get
Yeah, I
out
remember.
there, get
Mhm.
past the waves, and once you get into the middle
Mhm.
of it, like, it don't even feel that bad.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
what has been your favorite thing so far?
Mine probably would be, um, honestly, oh, if I wish I had something more profound, but this is the most. If I know I'm gonna say the most initial thing because I think that's important. Um, doing it every
Yeah.
week because we only talked like periodically, right? Like
Mhm.
especially about our heavier stuff, the stuff that we talk about each week. But and how cathartic those conversations used to be. This is also why I know it's a calling for me because um I'm not playing like I need this kind of stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
not just like a oh, I like talking about politics, and I like to, it's not date talk.
Yeah.
I come alive. It literally rivets me, from the innermost parts to talk about social issues and
Yeah.
controversial things, but controversial things to an expected end, to a progressed end. And
Yeah.
so anyway, and to think about them, to think about potential solutions and then offer solutions and then potentially offer help, all that like I get life literally from doing that kind of work. And so my favorite thing has been being able to bounce ideas off of you, to share in ideas with like intellectual equals, right? And somebody who I know has the same sort of heart that I do, who sharpens me, and I know we can sharpen each other back and forth. And um yeah, that legitimately gives me life. And so like I could say other stuff, but the reason why I was like this feels so personal, but I'm actually okay with that because I'm like, this is what brings me life. Like legitimately
Yeah.
having powerful conversations. And who don't want to be alive? Okay. So yeah, that's my favorite part. It's fun. It's fun. The
It is.
funness of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I second that. We also like, yes, us talking weekly, we didn't talk that much. So
Yeah.
even be able to
Mhm.
catch up with you, and like be able to have like, yes, have these conversations because sometimes
Mhm.
people don't want to have these conversations, and
You
I'm
don't want
just
to.
like,
People do
I need
not.
somebody
Most
to talk
times people do not.
to. I need somebody to talk to about this.
Honey,
Like,
honey. It be feeling like hopefully this not too triggering, but it feel like you be like holding bombs. Like and so when somebody's able or maybe whatever, think of something dramatic. But I'm just saying, like when I get so tired of wanting to talk about it and then not can, like and like people will listen to the extent that people will, then it'll just be kind of like it's crazy.
no, that's real. And I think like the more I, like, have conversations like this, like, on a regular day, I'm like, "No, people really don't be talking about stuff like this all day long," and I'm over here like, "This is normal." Like, y'all don't be thinking about the world, like, or, like, y'all don't be thinking about Black women, or y'all don't be thinking about, like, our your community, or, like you said, solutions because, um yes, because I don't think me talking to like, having these conversations is just like I'm talking into the void. I think I'm
Right.
talking and,
I
like,
agree.
having conversations because, like we said, like, when we first started this podcast, like, people have podcasts all day long, and they're just talking, right? And it's like, no, I actually feel like I'm living into a calling, bettering
Yeah.
something, like, bettering my little
Mhm.
corner of the world,
Mhm.
um and coming up with even if, like, last week and it's like, even if, like, we have 0 answers to anything, it's like, because we have studied in, multiple, areas of things, we have 2 brains that we can put together and figure out, like,
Mhm.
what would be the better solution on this, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, last week's episode is a great example, a perfect example, actually, because really think about it. I started off my suggestion and the episode with genuine concern and also nervousness about, yeah, but
Mhm.
like low key, we do need to address this crime. And like, I know all of the things and I know all of the history, and I still am feeling confused about where I stand with regard to how we should approach fixing crime.
Yeah.
And literally via conversation, I came at it authentically with somewhat of what could have been perceived as a problematic perspective. I came at it with that, and then still through genuine conversation was able to come out on the yeah, but no. No. And so, but one, so that was the solution in that if somebody listens to that episode, they're able to like we don't have to dismiss the truths of the difficulty of what it is to live in crime-ridden neighborhoods and be Black and all of that, while also still being able to reconcile with history and come to a conclusion that is like thoughtful of all of the variables and not just the parts where your feelings feel the most boastful or whatever. And I think that's so helpful. So heck yeah, we do real life intellectual wrestling, like for
Yeah.
real. These little hours be filled with real wrestling,
Yeah.
and wrestling that literally polishes both of us in real time. Like that's not a small thing, bro. That's not
Yeah.
small at all. That's why when I be editing, I'll be like, "This is such a good show." I'm done. Go ahead.
No, no, I was gonna say something similar is that, like, it's not I don't feel like because we come sometimes with different opinions about stuff. Sometimes we
Mhm.
be feeling the same, and then sometimes like, even if we having a
Yeah.
conversation about we on the same side of it, it's like, we came to a different conclusion, but it's like neither one of us like because I don't have conversa sometimes I am the one trying to convince people to, like, "No, you
Yeah.
should really believe what I'm thinking." Like,
Yeah.
but these conversations have shown me that you can just talk through, like, "But what
Yep.
about this? What about that? And what about this?"
Yep.
And it come to a different we come to a conclusion about, like, um, our my opinion change, your opinion change, and I think, I don't know if I've ever been in a space of, like, intellectual wrestling like that, especially
Mhm.
outside of, like, grad school or, like, a
Right.
classroom sets.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, especially outside of the classroom setting. I think that's why I'm so appreciative of it. And I talk about that all the time about how much I miss school in that way. Or
Mhm.
even when I'm not in school, I'm still like, I miss it because I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I like the intellectual wrestle. This is why I want to teach one day too. And I get to do it a bit in therapy. Doing therapy is like my closest prior to the podcast. I mean,
Mhm.
or outside of the podcast rather. Doing therapy is kind of like the closest place that I often can get from it. Or I get it. But even then, it's more of like a delivering rather than you know what I mean, the wrestling. Wrestling is a two-person thing. And so
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So all that to say, that's why that's my favorite. I just love that. It's a sport for me. It really is. I
I
love
should
it.
have been on
Okay, let me do the next one. Hmm.
should have
What'd
been
you
on the
say?
debate.
No, low key. You know, yeah. God bless my high school. Oof. I wasn't fortunate to go to the cool girl high schools. We was lean on me, baby. I'm just playing, but I loved us. In that I didn't, but I understand us now.
Right.
No, 'cause baby, we was lean on me for real. I went to lean on me. I really did.
Remember?
Fairy side. Do you remember? Do you remember? To praise, praise thy name, praise thy name. Do you remember
Yeah.
that? Anyway, okay. How about this one? Oh, you asked it prior to the show. What's been the biggest thing you've well, no, how have you grown since the start of the podcast? You asked that. That was a good one.
Um, Besides, like, the sharpening,
Oh, you did say that. Sorry, but go
no,
ahead.
no,
Yeah.
no, I can think of another one. I think it's
Mhm.
the consistency. Like,
Mm.
um, I have not been this consistent with anything since before I had my little baby. And I think I was nervous about the consistency because we tried this a couple years ago and
Mhm.
wasn't no baby around. Like,
Yeah.
so through the podcast, we bought a home, I've been
Yeah.
traveling,
Yes.
um, and I think it's like if you're going to do and I think, yeah, if you're gonna do something, just do it, and, um what was the question?
What the biggest thing how have you
Oh, yeah,
grown?
grown in consistency
Yeah.
because, yeah, I haven't been that consistent in a lot of stuff. Haven't been
Mm.
consistent in working out, like, I haven't been consistent in and I think, I've even told, like, Desmond this, like, specifically with, like, working out, since I've had her, every time I got consistent in working out, something new happened and shifted something, and I'm just like, "Huh, out of routine again." But the accountability of, like, you and then the audience, like, it's like, "No, you gotta
Yes.
actually show up." Um
Mhm.
which is still, like, problematic in the sense that, like, you should be able to like, show up for yourself and be like, with, like, working out specifically, but, it has shown like, the point I'm making is that, like, with stuff like working out and whatnot, I haven't necessarily given it my all because things out of my control have
Yeah.
altered things for me, so I was nervous about, like, how consistent can I be? Um, so I am grateful for, like, the flexibility, and all that, and I will also say this, I am in a space where I am realizing that you can produce great things. You can um live into your calling, and more importantly be surrounded by black women. And like when you are around black women who understand like liberation, who understand anti-capitalism, oh, it's okay. Like we can reschedule. Like and it not be like hung over your head. Like I'm in so many of those spaces right now. I don't think my life would work if I did not have the grace and flexibility to be able
Mhm.
to do that. And I think that's the only reason I'm thriving
I
is
love that.
because of the black woman I'm surrounded in right now
I
with
love that.
surrounded by. Yeah.
I love oh, I could take that in so many areas, and I'm about to, cause I actually wanna comment on that, cause that's so beautiful. No, I'm dead serious because yeah, I wanna reveal something that I've learned from this podcast, actually. Not
Okay. Go
from
ahead.
it, but, like, even you saying that, so it just proved that this is where this comes from in part. I used to be in such a problematic mind frame. Y'all know I've been killing that little white man that exists inside of me for a long time. For since the start, that is the one way I've grown. I've been killing that little white. Matter of fact, that's my answer to that. As I'm about to go into this, I've been killing a little white man inside of me from this podcast solely. Nothing else. It's solely been from this podcast, and that is true.
Did you
So
see
anyway,
the our new fan is she talked about the little white man, and I was like, "Oh, you watch the show." Like,
that makes
because she
me
was like,
emotional.
"I'm killing the little white man in me too." And I was like, "I don't know if Raven heard this." Like, she's
I
like,
did not. That
"I'm
makes me want to
I was like,
cry.
like, she watches the show because that's not a clip.
Yeah, that's
I
not a
don't think I
that's not
made
a
one
clip.
clip yet
Oh,
about the
that makes why would you tell me that when I was gonna make a point? Because that makes me really emotional. Oh my gosh. Baby, kill him, kill him. Actually, this right here. I'm talking about kill.
kill him.
Kill him. You
Die.
better kill him. Dog. You need a soundboard for like Michael Myers or something. No, but like
Oh,
legitimately. So anyway,
everything's going on. I thought we had gunshots.
no, you do. Here you go. You do not. You do not. That's crazy. No, that was actually we did not try and do that, guys. I need y'all to know that was authentic. That couldn't have been more perfect. This is a great episode. But anyway, I love that you just pointed that out. I'm legitimately crying. I love that you just pointed that out though, because of that little white man inside of me for so long, I perceived like um doing things. I used to perceive black spaces as like half-assing. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fully transparent because this is so
Mhm.
important to say, and I was gonna try and make it more flowery for myself so it don't sound bad. But this no, because I need people to know that like that be white supremacy.
Yeah.
And like so I used to look at it as like half-assing. And so when I hear you say that, and like old me would have been like, well, no, but it's because black people just want to do half doing things. But like I love that you say that because the reason why I've moved away from that thought was because once I was in Congress, when I worked for Congress, that was my first time hearing, I promise this is all gonna make a point. That was my first time hearing what's called an inverted work hierarchy. So the hierarchy, like
Mhm.
the triangle, imagine a triangle, I'm doing half of a triangle, but like and the supervisors were at the top.
Mhm.
But when you invert it, essentially the workers are at the top and the supervisors
Yeah.
are at the bottom. And it is to say that y'all are accountable to us because we are the people that make this place go on, the function and move and yeah, function. And
Mhm.
if it wasn't for the workers, then this place wouldn't run. Okay. How that applies to here is because once I started looking at work and work structure like that, like all of this stuff is fake and we can just invert the hierarchy and it would all be fine. All of us are real people contributing real things and having real lives, right? With struggles and families and sadness and grief and sickness and all of the things. And so a lot of the energy and emphasis we put into our workspaces and the work that we do, a lot of it is fake and it's hollow and it's rooted in
Right.
capitalistic structures that is
Mhm.
fake and hollow. It's like a cloud. If you clouds be looking all thick and fluffy until you
Yeah.
touch it and then it's
See.
nothing
Yeah.
there. And
Mhm.
so when I hear you say that, it reminds me of just how much I've done the work. And I know it's not that that was about me, but I'm thinking of this
Yeah.
out loud and how much I'm so grateful to be a part of also being that like I don't care. I don't care. So long as I know that you respect me, I respect you. There is love and there is genuine concern for one another's life. All that other stuff is fake and it's hollow and it's fake and it's built off of fake hierarchical capitalistic
Right.
structures that are hollow and meaningless is what I'm trying to get
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
And meaningless in that they were created by slave structures in this
Right.
country. And I hope all of this makes sense. So all of that to
Mhm.
say, to summarize it, is just that makes me so genuinely happy because why would we be concerned if you have a child and a husband and a family and a dog and all of the things to the extent that we get mad or concerned at you life happening in your life is solely because you have this internal thing going on of like, it should be this way and it should, or
Right.
it's going to be the way that our lives make it conducive to be. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. Okay, I'm done.
No, it makes perfect sense. So the reason all this is kind of coming up is because we did a 6-month reflection of me being in my organization for 6 months, and since being there, I have been exposed to like trainings that are about like family. Actually, I need to finish a training because I'm about to do some onboarding this week, but like flexible workplaces and family friendly workplaces, and how even that is like a prevention method because like when you are, for example, you have a family, a mother, for example, who has no village around her and she has to be at her job from 9 to 5, and she has a child who she has to get off of the bus, can't really afford childcare, so she has to either A, leave her child with people she really hasn't vetted out of necessity of, like, struggle and survival, or she has to leave her child at home, like, by herself or by themselves, and that within itself can put the child in harm's way. So being able to have flexible workspaces is, prevention methods. That only happens when we debunk, um racism and um capitalism and hierarchies and all the stuff. So I was
Mhm.
doing my 6-month reflection and I was talking about how I feel like a form of survivor's guilt because I'm in a position where I work from home. I don't have to put my child in daycare. I'm putting her in daycare because she needs her socialization and I need to be able to focus on my work a little bit more. Um, but I'll make my own hours. Of course, I have to meet with people when it's conducive to everybody's schedules. I could literally work in another place if I needed to be at home in Louisville for because somebody needed me there, be at the hospital or something, like that also is community building, right? And I was like, I feel survivor's guilt because I know there are so many people, my family included, who just cannot have that type of flexibility, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then we went on our work retreat this summer, and it was 3 of us Black women. Of course, some of our board members were there, and we just jamming, like, literally typing up, like, we doing, like, PowerPoint presentations to get to know me. We all, like, referencing, like, Insecure in our presentations, and, like, we all talking about Black girl stuff. And then, like, we're working, and we're listening to music, and we jamming to Beyonce and all this type of stuff. And then I went on an interview last week, to be a doula at an organization here. And my boss also knows I'm a doula. So like that within itself of just like being flexible with that. Um, but also being interviewed by 2 Black women, it felt like we was just out to lunch, kicking it. Like, and she had mentioned the owner of the company had mentioned like we are Black and we are professional and we're not like basically we're not stuffy, but we are professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I knew exactly what she was talking about. I didn't need her to explain like, um, we can be ourselves, and
yeah.
ourselves does not mean like we can just go into hospitals and cuss people out. No, like we can
Right,
be
right.
ourselves and have fun and relaxed and be respectful, and we can show that Black women can don't have to be in scrubs and tight and all this type of stuff, and we can still be get the work done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So like the only way my life is working right now is that there are Black women, specifically because I'm
Yeah,
surrounded by Black women. There are
yeah,
Black women who understand we have lives, we have people we care for, we have people we're in
yes.
community with, like we have families. What like regardless of the fact that you have children or not, you have family that you are accountable to. Like, and grace has to be shown in order for like the stuff to work and all things work together. So anyway,
Period.
um, yeah, I am so grateful for a co-host who is also like, oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. And like, I'm just like, no, it's
Mhm.
not. I gotta like, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So,
Sugar. Mm-mm.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's real.
um,
No, that's and also, when have Black women never, ever rather, not
right,
gotten the job done?
right,
Like, so that's how you
exactly.
know.
And I think,
That's but like real
yeah,
talk, so that's how you know that it's rooted in white supremacy. Meaning what I was saying and what I was my initial thoughts and perspectives. Because when have Black women never not ever not gotten the job done? Number one.
yeah,
And then two, with regard to the whole professional, but everything you were saying about professional, but still be our authentic selves,
yeah,
that is even further proof that our concepts, not that you need to be told this or even our audience, but I just want to really solidify it. Our concepts of professionalism is rooted in whiteness. And so you have to
right,
placate to
yeah,
whiteness and white, adjacent sort of behaviors and talk and all of that, personalities and everything. You strip yourself of your authentic Blackness so that you can assimilate to this concept that don't even fit you, and then
right,
you're putting on professionalism. Why would we even have to assume or say? I understand why they say it, so it's not a
right,
problem at
right,
all, but I'm
right.
saying just the concept of it, the fact that we even have to say that you can be your authentic self and still be professional. It's because
Mhm,
our authentic selves are anti-whiteness, and professionalism is
right,
only associated with whiteness and white
right,
girl culture,
right.
which is why corporate
Mhm,
corporate spaces are white spaces. Corporate
yeah,
and white are synonymous.
right, 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 right.
And that's why corporate spaces feel so stuffy and uncomfortable, and you don't feel, why wouldn't? Because really think about it. Why is it a whole genre of Black people, Black and corporate videos, Black
Right.
and corporate books? But why is that the case if corporate just wasn't just a place for people to go to work at? Because it's
Mhm.
not made for you, because professionalism is white.
Yep.
All of the passive, anyway, I'm done. So yeah, I because girl, I'll go on and on, but I'm so happy to have, and I will argue with people till the cows come home about this, because so much of Yeah, people will try and be like, "Well, it's not that we're coming a long way and we're blah, 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 blah." Okay, that's a good question too. Question 2.
Okay,
Ooh.
let me think of a question. Did you answer that question?
What was the what was what was
Um,
mm, have I
what did
grown? Oh, yeah, I did. I said I killed the white man.
yeah, the white killing the white man, yeah.
Killed the white
Um, what has surprised you the most about yourself podcasting or about the podcast itself?
Ooh, that's a good one. What has surprised me the most about myself or about the podcasting or about the podcast?
Yeah.
Mm, I oh, okay. I I mean, I think I knew this, but you really solidified it more. I am so much better at I can extemporaneously speak. I can, but
Mhm.
with a person, I do better.
Yeah,
'Cause
okay.
even in my own YouTube videos, baby, I cannot do a good video without a script. I do some videos without a script, but it's just not the same. It just ain't that
Yeah.
good. My scripts are, like, good. It's like, "Ooh, that was whatever." But I just can't talk I can, in Jesus' name, Imma get better. I can talk extemporaneously, but it is not as articulate, it's not as thoughtful, because 'cause I'm too it's too quiet, so I'm thinking, "Oh, did that sound smart?" It's just I'm too judgmental on myself. But with a partner in conversation, I sound like I'm a Rhodes Scholar, and I'm not. Nowhere near. Not even close. I don't even have a PhD. But I can sound way smarter in conversation than I do alone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't thought
that's
about
all.
that
I'd love to hear it.
because um because I think like that makes perfect sense because we're meant
Really.
to be in dialogue and conversation with people. Like, I have you ever went live? Like, you see these people going live, like they're literally just talking to the screen. Like,
Yeah,
I did that one time, and I think it's the weirdest concept in the world because
it
it's like
is.
you're talking to the screen, and then like if nobody's in the live and you want people to come in the live, you have to just keep talking,
Yep.
and then you have to stop and read. And the only interaction you have is comments, and it's just like
Oof,
I
it's a
don't
toughie.
it's weird. Like, so yeah,
It's
it
a
makes
toughie.
sense that you're able to have more extemporaneous conversation and like
Mhm.
when you're in conversation with people
Yep.
because that's naturally how I think we're supposed to talk
Yeah, that's how it's
to each other.
supposed to go. That's how it should
Yeah.
be, right, okay, I'm glad you said that 'cause it's, like, not a bad thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh, so
Yeah.
that's mine. What about you?
I think I care a little bit less about what people think about me. And for
Ooh,
somebody who is an extreme people pleaser, um,
I like that.
and, like, really cares about, like, what people think about me and, like, my, like, positions and stuff like that, I think I care less. Because,
Wow, that's awesome.
I'm like, I know what I'm talking about. Like, I didn't go to school for and y'all know we don't mean it like that. Like, I don't mean it like that. But I didn't learn Imma say I didn't get educated. I did not get educated or educate myself enough to an extent that I'm, like, not able to form a thought. Um, and, um, yeah, and I think I'm tired of shrinking myself for real.
Oof.
Because I think I've seen what not doing it in this little glimpse of 21 episodes has given.
Mhm.
Um, and again, the sharpening of my thoughts. But I think with that, I care just a little bit less about what people think about me. Um,
Wow, I love
yeah.
that. I love that so much, actually. No, I really do, 'cause and what a way but what a beautiful way for that thought to really kind of matriculate with doing what you've been called to do, at least in part, right? This is in part what you've been
Mhm.
called to do and
Yeah.
public speak and teach and espouse the knowledge that you've gained. And so what a beautiful way for that to come to fruition. And what a beautiful way, but also what a like, yeah, duh kind of way in the sense
Right.
of like, yes, because when you do what what you've been called to do, like what's I mean, if we had to do scripture, don't be afraid of men in their faces, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's what
Yeah.
I've called you to, and you'll feel like the more you do it, the more your feet, at least I can speak to this, your feet
Mhm.
feels planted, and you
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, this is irritating me," not to the extent that
Mhm.
Imma shut up, But this is an
Right,
irritant, you know what I mean? It's like you feel so right, and the more like, people don't come after people that ain't doing what they supposed to do. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, so, which is why the whole scripture, "Don't be afraid of men in their faces," even had to exist in the first place, right? No, no, no,
Yeah,
but what's the old saying? To if the devil ain't coming after you, then you kinda you're not doing work hard enough or something like that, like,
yeah,
so that's fire. I love that this is you doing what you're supposed to do has brought that about. That's a beautiful thought.
yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let me do one. Um, and we can I'll make it more. No, we should do a funny one and then a wrap up one. How about that? Is that
Okay.
fair?
Yeah.
Let's do let's a whimsical one. Um, hmm. I don't even I don't I don't even know how to be funny. Um, what what I really no, scratch that. I don't know. I can't think of a funny one. Ask
I can
chat.
kinda think of something that's
That's all my clients. I'm sick of it. Go ahead. What did you put to say?
I was gonna say something like personal, like what is something that was um listeners would be surprised to find out about you?
Ooh, I like that's so good. She's better than me, guys. That's a great one. How about something that they would be surprised would probably be
I gotta think.
right, because you may know something better for me then. Um, also I keep seeing my leg lift up. I promise I have on shorts finally. I just
Oh, I didn't even
I
see a
keep
link until
my leg.
just
It's probably gonna show up in the camera. I know because I've seen it multiple times in the camera. So I just wanted to put that out there now. I have on shorts. But something they'd be surprised to know. I am no, I be I don't know. I mean, maybe not surprised, but no, actually, let's do. Yeah, this. No, my answer will be fun. Is that okay? Can I do a funny answer or a
yeah,
fun answer? I
yeah.
love. What to say? I love old men. I'm really attracted to older men, and I mean,
Sugar daddy status.
Listen, if you ain't 55, get out the life. Get I and you know what's crazy is because no, it's really problematic because it's not problematic, but it's interesting because you know how they say like you don't you when you get a car that now all of a sudden everybody got the car and you see in their car. That's how it is for me. If that
Now it's
makes sense.
trendy? Like,
Huh?
is that what you mean? Like, now it's trendy to have old men? Like,
Oh, no, 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 I just mean, like, once you see it, you know, once you go black, you never go back kind of a thing, it's that for me. I don't see nothing else, like, I don't be seeing n like, every time honey, I don't be seeing nothing else, and the wonderful thing is they be seeing me. Not like that, cause it ain't that deep, like, ain't nobody doing and I'm just saying. Like, I
what
was in
is it
Memphis
about the old men?
I don't
Oh, not
wait.
you Memphis. I was finna get a sugar daddy. Lord have mercy. Is that where you took that picture at this weekend?
You said what?
Did you take a picture on Bill Street?
I sure did. There we go. I sure did.
Girl, it said home, I think, or something like that. And I was like, that looked like Bill Street, but maybe they got
Mhm.
a little street in St. Louis. Okay.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. St. Louis is not my home. No, I'm just playing.
I was sure like that look a little familiar.
Mhm. No, that was definitely Bill Street because technically that is my roots, my ancestral
Mhm,
roots.
mhm. I know it said
No, legit as far back as we can go, like into my 1818. That's Memphis is it for us. So that's home. But no,
yeah.
yeah, I loves that's what they would be. Maybe I won't be surprised because I be talking old on here, but I loves me. No, it was some older men who like it was their little class reunion or whatever, and we was leaving the Stax Museum. Shout out to the Stax Museum. Y'all need to go. It was a really great museum.
Mm,
But and we were leaving out, and then I was walking out, and I kinda did it on purpose, but also on accident. I was like, "I didn't see any pictures of Al Green. I thought Al Green was Soul. It's like the Soul Museum. Where's Al Green?" And then I was like, "Where is Al Green?" And then the older guy was like, he was he was he was like, he said, "Oh, because, and then he gave some I don't know what he said, whatever, but and then and then and I was like, "Oh, okay." Mm.
Because
And then he was like, "Yeah, yeah." Huh?
Al Green's church is in like Tennessee, ain't it?
Do you remember when we went to go sing was
Yes. Was that at his
Uh-huh.
church or was that it? Or that was Tina Turner's church?
No, that was his church. That was his
That
church.
was his
He a
church.
pa I don't know if he's still a pastor, but
He
yeah,
is.
that was his church. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I was like, "I don't see Al's stuff," and he was like, "Well, no, but they do have a little something around the corner for him if y'all wanted to go check that out." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Thank you so much." And he was like, "Oh, y'all new here?" And I was like, "Yeah, blah, blah, blah." And then it was a little nah, 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 nah. But then I let him go on about his way because my I ain't even it ain't even like that. It's just a little, something little That's it. That's it. That's all. And anyway, so yeah, that's something that they would be pleasantly surprised or not to know. I am really attracted to older men, 50 and up, period. 50 and up. 50 kind of young, low key, but 50 and up for me.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny that you said you went to Memphis this weekend 'cause I was literally about to tell Desmond, like, "We need to go to Memphis." I haven't been to Memphis, I moved from Memphis.
Oh,
And, like,
wow.
every 3 months, 6 months maybe, I have a dream that I'm back in Memphis, like, specifically
Mm.
at the, place I used to work, and, um, literally had it, like, last week. Same dream, not really the same dream, but same essence of the dream, um, every, like, 3 to 6 months. It's so weird.
Wow. No, you need
But yeah.
to. Honestly, side note really quick. We went to go play pickleball on like the river or whatever. They have this really nice, well, you may know if you was living there. It's called something park. Shoot, I can't remember, but it's on the river.
Mhm,
And anyway, they have a pickleball court. So we went to go play pickleball. They have lofts on the water.
mhm,
You wanna know how much the
yeah.
lofts were?
Under 1,500? Or is this
No,
for sale?
no, 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 they were for rent. That would be free, but you're not far off though. 1,500 for a loft on the river, baby. I just wow. No, but it was like the starting price was like 1,650 though for a
Oh, wow.
loft with a balcony on the water. I
That
said,
seems cheap. Like,
"Yes." I was like, "Y'all must really don't wanna live here." Like, I was like, "It must be murderers in the building or something. This can't be. Why is it this cheap?"
uh, 95%. Like, I don't know what the actual percentage, but most of Memphis is black, so no nobody wanna live there. And it's
Right.
like, no, people do wanna live I love Memphis. I just
I
lived
would
in a
look
port.
I
I
mean,
just had no money, so I was like, "No."
yeah,
But
I just feel like when I saw that, when we were looking it up, because my cousin was like, I will always oh, no, my sister was like, "I always wanted to live in a loft, blah, blah, blah."
I'm listening.
Oh, no, you good. Yeah, she was like, "I always wanted to live in a loft," and I was like, "How much you think that?" I was like, "They're probably maybe 18." I was like, 18, 19. No, no, I said, "No, tripping." We all was like 21, 21. I was like, "That's gonna be 21,
Not in
21."
Memphis.
1650. I
Not in
said,
Memphis, no.
but for what they were, and I was like, "That's free. That's
I mean, it
free.
is,
I'm sorry,
but
that's
also
free."
it's looking at the Mississippi River. It's looking at Arkansas, like
Where she go? "Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. When
you
you're
just
right,
gotta
you're right.
be like,
When you're right,
"You're
you're
not
right."
wrong." Hold on, that's a cute picture. Look at this.
Let me see.
Hold on. Focus,
No, let
focus.
it
I'm about
focus,
to send it
focus,
to you.
focus.
It's so
Yeah, just
cute.
send it on the thing. Send it on the thing.
But yeah, girl, they're listening at they're
Yeah,
looking
you're
at the
not wrong,
Mississippi.
actually. You're not wrong because that show was like,
But
baby, 1650 is free. But even still,
for real,
I look at what
uh,
for a loft
for
on
60
some water, 1650, bruh. That's basically free. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me
it
look.
is. Yeah.
Look at the Tookaboo.
She's so
She's
cute.
so cute. I am obsessed. Wow. She is just so perfect. What they say, snug as a bug in the rug. I love it. Mm. Oh, I do need to start doing it like this.
What was the
Okay,
oh,
what's yours?
yours is you, like
I
old
like
men,
old men.
okay.
Mm.
What surprised listeners about my life? Um,
Mhm.
I'm really boring. Um, what I was about to say was I still sleep with a baby blanket.
Aw,
I still sleep with a baby blanket. Um,
it's actually
I'm a
precious.
baby. Like, no, it's not that. No, it's not actually. I'm 30, about to be 33 years old. Uh, the thing is, I okay. Like we had to move in. I slept with my mama for a long time when I was little, circumstances. And my mommy used to let me sleep on her arm. She would like extend her arm out like this, and I would sleep on her arm, and my neck, her arm would be like in my neck, and I'd feel like super comfortable and go to sleep. And then I found that I could just put my blanket right here. So it could be anything. The blanket just happens to be the best thing. Like, and I just be like, and I go to sleep. It could be literally any kind of pillow, but that's just the only pillow that has like thing. And then it just happens to be my baby blanket. I go like that, I throw it and I be asleep. Like so actually if you
Yeah.
see me like in some of my TikTok videos, you can actually see my baby blanket, like if I'm in the bed. And,
Wow. No,
um,
that's actually much less
but
common. I mean, much more common than you'd
that's
imagine, honestly.
really, huh,
Not necessarily the blanket, but like a
that's funny.
snuggle or like a stuffed animal or something like that. Yeah, that's more common
Yeah.
than you yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that. Um,
Mhm.
dang, I don't feel like mine was, like, as juicy as yours, though, at all.
I know you just left
Do
me
the
all
audience kn does the
teary-eyed.
audience know I was a virgin till 27? No, like, I was a virgin till I was 27, like
Okay, you win. God dang, let me come up with a new one. You won, sis. Here she
and
go.
then I
Dun,
feel like I was
dun.
half virgin. Yeah, I was a half virgin because um, was halfway I am and was involved I was engaged at one point. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Morgan,
some
you
juice.
have good
Like, I was
ones.
engaged at one
What
point.
you have good ones.
Yeah,
Dang.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
You were.
yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah. That was so traumatizing. Um,
Yeah, here I go. That's its own episode,
yeah,
I'd
so
imagine that's its own episode.
that's a story. That is. That's why I'm like, girls, if he has not stopped messing with the person that ooh, you're breaking up, my bad. I will say I learned so much from that relationship, and I can give the girls all the tips and tricks. Just don't, just don't. If he's
Can we
still
make that
paying
an
on anything
episode?
with his ex, absolutely. I love talking about well, I don't
Yeah.
love talking about it, but I definitely could talk about the
No, we
mistake.
should though. We should,
Yeah.
especially because I don't know who's in our
Yeah.
audience. I hope you can hear me, but I don't know who's in our audience
Mhm.
and like age range. I mean, I do a little bit, like if we, if I just look at the YouTube demographics, but either way, what I do know is we could never learn too much about how to navigate tragic relationships. And you and I have both
Yeah.
survived different but toxic in their own right or problematic in their own right relationships survived enough to where, like you said, you literally came out of an engagement
Yeah.
or had to break off an engagement. I've obviously had to trek through ABCYX, and so like there is plenty to be said, and I think that would be, and because Black women, because of our dynamics of just like relationship trauma and all of the things that exist within the Black community, that does deserve its own episode. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
should just do an episode about let's talk about relationship trauma and how we overcame
Yeah.
ours, how we navigated through it, and like, look where he brought us from. Do you know that? I know you said the whole church
Mhm.
situation. Okay, good.
No, I think that and him being, like, semi part of the church, like, not really, but even,
Yeah,
like, me dating people in the church, like,
yeah,
can spot a that ain't gonna
yeah.
work.
Yeah. Oh
I can
God,
spot that
yes,
so
honey.
fast, like,
Oh
it's
yes,
not gonna work.
honey.
That's not gonna work.
Yes, yes.
Listen to me, please. It's not going to
Mhm,
work. Like,
mhm.
um,
In a minute.
yeah,
In a
yeah.
minute. Mhm.
I man, I can the manipulative tactics of these men, like, my lord on today. Like, yeah.
Mhm. And like I keep saying,
Yeah.
I want us to be able to do it too because all of that, "Oh, but they single now." No, we not. No, we not. Morgan walks her dog and her baby. Morgan just sent me the most adorable picture of her and her man and her baby. Right, while we podcasting. So no, 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 ain't nobody bitter and alone and sad over here. All that baby talk I talk is solely because of me because I'm addicted to my life. I could go have a baby anytime I want to. I'm addicted to my life right now, and so I'm nervous. That's all. That's all. But no, we're not bitter by a long shot. And so we got plenty to say from a good, healthy place. What you say?
So you got a lifestyle to uphold.
Exactly, exactly. Exactly. I could go pay to have a baby if I wanted
That's
to,
my
but
shoe.
no, it's a real talk. Period.
Yeah.
That's cute though.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, it's so like I love when I found like super successful black women or just women in period. And they like you would never know that they're in relationships. And then it's like, you got a husband and kids? Like, what? I thought you were like, yeah, because that's not the main part of my life. Like, that's not it. I actually do things beyond decenter men. Like I
Huh?
do things beyond
Huh?
the status of
That part.
marital status. Yeah.
That because for
Yeah.
y'all, and let me not do that because I hate when we do that to women, but a lot of times it be that's a bio line for people. That's not a bio line. I don't decentering men is a way of life. It's a way of life. And as a matter of
Yeah.
fact, really quick, even in our on our trip this week, me and my sisters kept getting into the back and forth about that because they kept saying, I was making the case of how like cheating just isn't that big of a deal for me. We could talk about that in another episode, but not that and I think they kept hearing it as like so you just will put up with cheating. You just let your man cheat. You just will. I said no, and I'm so happy that you just said decentering men because I should have pulled that out. I didn't until now. You making me realize that that's what it is. It's not that I would be okay with cheating. I promise you that. It's not that I have low self esteem. It's none of that. It's I my philosophy around men. I'm not even ready to say it publicly just yet, but I will say is baby, that he do he, I do me, and we exist when we come together. Like, like, and that don't even just mean relationships. I want to be very clear. I want to be very, again, it's not about cheating. That's not the sole place that exists in my brain no more. For so long, that was I'm watching. What is he? What is he? Girl, I'm trying to write. I want to be a professor. I want to literally change people's
Right.
lives and potentially contribute to the world in significant ways. Do I want my man to cheat or do treat me bad? No. But is that the number one thing on my mind? No. Sir, can you help me write? Can you read this book and give me some edits? That's what I want my man. That when I think about my man, I'm like, can he edit my book? That's what I think about. And so it's not,
Right.
again, it's not about prepping to cheat. It's about it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I guess if we cross that bridge, we're gonna cross it if we get there. Hopefully we don't, but who's to say? Who knows? Who cares? I don't care. Like that's not what's on my mind. I enjoy my man. I'm not
Yeah.
obsessive over what he do and don't do. Then I ain't got time for that because I'm a serious person. Okay.
No, I was gonna say with like polyamory, like I've shifted my thoughts about like we are possessive when it comes to our people. So that's why cheating is such a like the thing. Like
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
because like even like women are possessed by men. So now it's like the number one thing that is the um deal breaker is cheating because now we're like um not possessed, not the only one, not that
Yeah.
like monogamy has its own like some really bad like things in it. Um
Mhm.
and then we could learn a lot from polyamory in the ways that people who have, like, just different ways of thinking about relationships, and it could even help how
Yeah,
you navigate your relationship if you're monogamous. Not
yeah,
to change your, like, relationship status, but, like, how we
yeah.
move about our relationships, and, like, you might be able to relax a little bit. Like, you might have a healthier dynamic if we can unlearn a lot of stuff that we've learned in monogamous
Oh,
traditional monogamous relationships that we've learned in our
precisely,
society.
precisely.
Yeah.
So it almost be like a no. I'm not focused on whether or not he gonna. I'm just focused on me. And I think that they were
Yeah.
well, because what you went through with Michael, I was like, maybe, but like not in like a. So no, I just see them all in this negative light. No, I learned. I see things in a black and white light. I do, and I think the sooner you can move to black
Mhm.
and white rather than the full spectrum of the colors. I don't. I exist in. This is transactional. We can love each other, but it's still a transaction. Okay, stop. You just said you're not gonna vote, but we'll go public with it one day because I'll really flesh out my position. But I don't care about no man. I enjoy men. I don't trust men. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean, Jasmine Sullivan said we all tricking, so
Huh? Huh? What you said? Oh, that's a good one. Imma listen to
she
that
not
when this is
wrong.
over, period.
Yeah. I mean, we all tricking. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We
Let's
can
wrap
wrap
it
it.
up.
We can wrap it. We can wrap it. We can that's the next episode. That's the next
Uh,
episode for sure.
what we doing? Relationship trauma drama, or our politics on a
No, no, no,
relationship?
no, no, no. No, probably it's probably gonna contribute. I mean, it can like have all of that in it, but no, we're gonna do relationship victories. How to be a victor in a relationship. How to be a victor.
This sounds so self-helpy, like sign up for my webinar today, please.
How to be a
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
sprinkle, huh? Huh? Yes, because I think all the girls,
Um,
I just feel like I'm ready to have the ones where like I said, we're not unhappy by a long shot, right? Like like all of the things. I just think there is a way to let me stop. Okay, let me do the last question. So, what are you hoping for? What do you see for our podcast as we close this? What do you see?
oh my Lord Jesus. What do I see for our pod?
Mhm.
Um, I see us being a very big podcast. But um big in the sense of, like, impact, and that we actually
Yeah.
will, like, be able to contribute to big conversations, and that maybe we'll be the podcast that people come to, and it's like, "What do they think about this?"
Yeah.
And, um, not not in the sense of, like, the drama.
Yeah.
Hopefully we are helping people learn how to think through things themselves, and,
Mhm.
um, all that. So I think I can't wait for us to have, like, um a live show, meet our audience.
I
We
agree.
got a we got somebody that's watching us over the pond, so maybe we'll do a live show over there. So, like, that type of stuff. I can't wait for that. Yeah, I merch, books, the things, the works. I really can't wait to see what we are from a year from now. Oh my god, in March will be a year. Like, that's really crazy. That's really crazy.
That
I'm
is
not
wild.
understanding how the math isn't mathing though. I guess that would be maybe we are 20 episodes. It's 52 um weeks in a year. So by
In a year.
March,
So yeah,
we
now
might
that
be
makes yeah,
around.
the math works. Yeah, the math
Yeah.
works. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got us already in, like, November right now cuz the sun is setting on the year and I'm ready for
Right.
the fall. So
Same.
yeah.
Same. Same.
What are your hopes and dreams for us?
Same. And honestly, low key, they need to be the same, I guess, right? Since we're partners. So
Right.
definitely same. Same though. Yeah, I want us to be influential and not
Yeah.
in the cliche influencer term, but I actually or cliche influencer way, but
Yeah.
like you said, in a way that drives money or capitalism and furthering capitalist agendas to know more in a we've put in the work, we've put in the thought equity and so glean from the work that we've put in and go further, right? And like take our stuff, take our perspective, and go further with it. And so I hope that we can contribute to substantive conversations that help to push the needle forward for Black women, first and foremost, and also for people in general, and whatever that looks like, right? So, yeah, all the things merch. I was even as you were saying that earlier while you were talking about the little white man thing, I was like, that should probably be one of our first pieces of merch, truly, killing the little white man inside of us. So yeah, all of the things in Jesus' name we will be.
Amen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a graphic that's not, like, super graphic,
I know.
killing the white man.
I was thinking the same
Like,
I was thinking the same thing. Because
immediately
that would
thought
be
of some
stuff.
really bad and I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah, yeah, that here we go. What a quick way to get no sponsors and no advert the quickest way to stop all money coming into us. That's the quickest way, just so you know. So, yeah, no. Um, but,
Yeah.
yeah, this was wonderful. Thank you, audience. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
audience. Thank you guys for coming along this journey with us now that we're adults in the podcast world. We're so grateful to have y'all with us for real, for real, for real. We know throughout even just these 21 episodes, we've shouted out a few of y'all because you've made yourself known. But we know that there's so many of you guys that don't even necessarily do that, but still listen because those numbers are increasingly growing each week. Like each episode, it's just growing incrementally and nothing's too small, nothing's unnoticed. So we're really, really, really grateful. Yeah, even like every episode now we get like one or two new followers, whether that be on TikTok or one of the social media platforms or YouTube. And it doesn't go unnoticed because the truth is once we do continue to grow, these are the places or the people rather and the spaces that growth is going to be standing on. So it's not a small thing at all. So I'm just so grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, audience, for rocking with us. Um,
Mhm.
I love talking to y'all, and
Mhm.
responding to comments and whatnot. Like the actual good comments. The ones who,
Right.
like, are
I
just
get you.
trolls,
I get
they get
you.
on my nerves, but I love the little community that we are creating. Um, and can't wait to meet some of y'all.
Same. It's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my loves. Well, we don't have a heart thing, I guess, or book or anything because this was reflective. So tell us what books y'all are reading, if y'all are reading, because we know it's 2025
Ooh,
and child. People don't be reading child. But if y'all is reading, I hope y'all is
yeah.
reading. Tell us what y'all is reading. And yeah, let us know what y'all are into this week. And also, since we're growing, I'll always continue to say it. First of all, like, comment, and subscribe, but also what should we talk about? Tell us some things that's happening. We need to check our email. I don't know if you've checked it, but I haven't checked it in a minute, so we can probably do that. But tell peace. Peace.
It's connected to my phone, so I'm like, it should pop up. Like,
I don't mine isn't. I probably should have it connected to the phone, but either way, tell us what y'all are into or what we should talk about. And yeah, we'll talk to y'all soon.
bye.
Bye. I can't click it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, oh shit.